Top focus on India and China with the talks of disengagement along the LAC. India and China have been holding diplomatic and military level talks constantly. Ministry of External Affairs in its statement has now said that because of the massive build up on the Chinese side, situation took a serious turn on the line of actual control. The MEA statement also read that Chinese side must respect the sanctity of the LAC and respect border understanding in order to reduce tensions. Meanwhile, Chinese ambassador to India, Sun Weidong, also made a statement where he said that China is ready to work with India to resolve the situation. However, he added that the onus is not on China. As of now, both Indian and Chinese troops are in the process of disengagement. We hope Indian side meets Chinese side halfway and avoids taking actions that may complicate the border situation. That's what the Chinese ambassador to India had to say. Now, the United States Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has said that the country is shifting its troops from Europe to Asia to face Chinese threat to India and the South China Sea. In a virtual meet of the Brussels Forum, Pompeo said that the US was shifting its troops to Southeast Asia as it saw the actions of the Chinese Communist Party as a threat to India, Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia and the Philippines.
This is going to dictate that in certain places there will be fewer American resources. There'll be other places. I just talked about the threat from the Chinese Communist Party. So now threats to India, threats to Vietnam, threats to Malaysia, Indonesia, South China Sea challenges, the Philippines. We're going to make sure we're postured appropriately to counter the PLA. We think that's the challenge of our time, and we're going to make sure we have resources in place to do that. To the extent that that change, the difference in what the United States decides to do, impacts adversely a threat someplace, it may be that other nations need to step up and take responsibility for their own defense in ways that they hadn't done previously.
Pompeo added that the US and European Union should resist China together. He said it is not just the US but the world which is confronting Beijing over intellectual property threat and the coronavirus cover-up.
The United States is not forcing Europe to choose between the free world or China's authoritarian vision. China is making that choice between freedom and democracy. Look, the United States was slow to recognize this reality of the rising authoritarian regime and the implications that it had for us here to our free society. Europe was slow too. But the CCP's cover-up of the coronavirus, an outbreak that began in Wuhan, China, which has now killed tens of thousands of our people and hundreds of thousands of people across the world, I think it's accelerated.